and am much surprised it should have escaped the researches of your very authentic correspondent, as it relates to an edifice scarcely less faded than the house of the four chimneys. I give you the legend in its crude and simple state, as I heard it related. It is capable, however, of being dilated, inflated, and dressed up into very imposing shape and dimensions. Should any of your ingenious contributors in this line feel it inclined to take it in hand, they will find ample materials, collateral and illustrative, among the papers of the late Ranier Scats, many years since crier of the court and the keeper of the city hall in the city of Manhattoes, or in the library of that important and utterly renowned functionary, Mr. Jacob Hayes, longtime High Constable who, in the course of his extensive researches, has amassed an amount of valuable facts to be rivaled only by that great historical collection, the Newgate Calendar. Your humble servant, Baron von Scheik.
Guests from Gibbet Island, a legend of Communipaw.
Whoever has visited the ancient and renowned village of Communipaw may have noticed an old stone building of most ruinous and sinister appearance. The doors and window shutters are ready to drop from their hinges. Old clothes are stuffed in the broken panes of glass, while legions of half-starved dogs prowl about the premises and rush out and bark at every passerby. For your beggarly house in a village is most apt to swarm with profligate and ill-conditioned dogs. What adds to the sinister appearance of this mansion is a tall frame in front, not a little resembling a gallows, and which looks as if waiting to accommodate some of the inhabitants with a well-merited airing. It is not a gallows, however, but an ancient signpost.
For this dwelling, the golden days of Communipaw was one of the most orderly and peaceful of village taverns, in which all the public affairs of Communipaw were talked and smoked over. In fact, it was in this very building that Olaf the Dreamer and his companions concerted that great voyage of discovery and colonization in which they explored Buttermilk Channel, were nearly shipwrecked on the Straits of Hellgate, and finally landed on the island of Manhattan and founded the great city of New Amsterdam.
Even after the province was cruelly wrested from the sway of their high mightinesses by the combined force of the British and Yankees, this tavern continued its ancient loyalty.
It is true, the head of the Prince of Orange disappeared from the sign, a strange bird being painted over it, with the explanatory legend of De Wildegaans, or the wild goose.
But this, all the world knew to be a sly riddle of the landlord, the worthy Turnus van Giesen, a knowing man in a small way, who laid his finger beside his nose and winked whenever anyone studied the signification of his sign and observed that his goose was hatching and would join the rest of the flock whenever they flew over the water, an enigma which was the perpetual recreation and delight of the loyal but fat-headed burghers of Communipaw.
under the sway of this patriotic, though discreet and quiet publican, this tavern continued to flourish in primeval tranquility, and was the resort of all true-hearted Netherlanders from all parts of Pavonia who met here, quietly and secretly, to smoke and drink the